Good evening and welcome to the Brigadoon Service Dog's 16th annual auction. My name is Matt Lorch. I'm a news anchor and reporter at Q13 News in Seattle, and I am so incredibly honored to be back as your host and auctioneer for the fourth straight year of this important event. So tonight is the night. We were planning to get together in a big ballroom in Bellingham to celebrate and support Brigadoon Service Dogs. Unfortunately, that plan has changed due to the coronavirus. But with that said, we are still coming together tonight. We're just doing it from the comfort of our own homes, and we are gathering online. And for the past 5 days, this remarkable community has been supporting Brigadoon through our online auction and paddle race. If you have not had a chance to join us in that effort, please go to the auction page now. You can do so by clicking on the Donate and Auction button. And the clock is ticking because tonight at 10 p.m. we will reach the end of our auction week, and at that time, the online auction will close. That means you have, just a few hours left to go online and enter your final bids. Get that item you've been keeping your eye on and raise your virtual paddle from home. You know, we really wanted to end our online campaign with a very special program that will lift your spirits about the magic being performed by Brigadoon every day, helping more children and adults in our community with disabilities and medical challenges, and military veterans live full, healthy, and meaningful lives. You know, what Brigadoon does for people who often have nowhere else to turn is transformative. Go ahead and take a look.
Hi, my name is Denise Costanton, and in 2004, I founded Brigadoon Service Dogs because I wanted to help people with disabilities in our community. I received a telephone call from Make-A-Wish Foundation saying that they had a very special little girl who was 12 at the time. It really could benefit from a dog. I immediately thought of this one dog, which was a smooth collie named Juniper, and it was love at first sight. It really was. With Serafina, when I found out what she needed to help her, what the dog needed to do to help her, then we specialized that training for her. When I started this, I had no idea what this demand was for service dogs. I was a dog trainer, a professional dog trainer for many years before I went to school to be certified to do this. And when my website went live, and I got these calls from parents who had children of any kind of disability. They'd say that I was their last hope because nobody would help them. So once we have the dog trained to her specific needs, we have what we call team training, learning what I've taught the dog and how I taught the dog. I want the people who are getting our dogs to understand how dogs think, how they view the world, how they learn, and I want to give them the tools to do more things with the dog once they go home with their animal, because it creates a stronger bond by working with the dog and training them. Even if it's tricks, it doesn't matter as long as it doesn't interfere with what the dog needs to do for Serafina. She's free to teach her all kinds of things that she wants to teach her. And I want our dogs to be overly trained when they go out to the clients because they're not dog trainers. Dogs respond to, their environment and to the people, and they feel it. And so it not only helps the people getting the dog, but it helps the people who have been helping them in the past. And in Serafina's case, where she has 6 siblings, her mom, Jennifer, now has a little bit of freedom that she can relax because she knows that she's got that dog with her. We also prepare them for the public access test, which is what they have to pass in order to show they have control of that dog in public. We go out and practice tests in real life, and even though we're in the midst of COVID right now, there are certain things we couldn't do, but we do everything that we can do. And we were lucky enough this round, we were able to go into Applebee's and have lunch, so I could show her how to take the dog into the restaurant, where to tuck the dog so they're not in anybody's way, and how to leave the restaurant with the dog. Collies have always been my breed. I mean, I've had them all my life, and I bred my first litter when I was 17 years old. I just can empathize so much with kids that age. I was a very lonely child, and I really remember how my collie got me through my teenage years. So I could just imagine if I had a disability, how much more difficult that would be and how much this dog Juniper could benefit Serafina. We put more collies with children than we have anyone else. They're there with you in kind of a quiet mode. They feel that you need them, and it's not even a cue or a command that you would give them, they just know. And right now Serafina is in the hospital because her lung collapsed and she misses her dog very much. So I've taken little pictures of her and sending it to her, and gives her a little piece of her dog. And can you imagine being 13 years old and in a children's hospital without your family and without your best friend? A lot of times people will ask me, especially with my collies, because that's my breed, is it hard for me to let go of the dogs? And I always tell them, I said, I try to look at the big picture, that this dog is going out to better someone's life and give them independence and confidence and love 24/7. Dogs don't judge. And it is my hope that these partners have the relationship and the outcome that I have in mind while we're training these dogs. Because they're pure magic. There is nobody that can give the same medicine and recovery, lower your heart rate, all of that, than a dog. They are truly miracles.
Wow, I just love that smile on Serafina's face. Such a special bond between her and her collie Juniper. Denise really said it best. These dogs are life-changing miracles. If you would like to create more of those miracles, all you have to do is click on the donate and auction button and make your donation at this time. You know, for me, being a part of this cause is deeply personal. If I could share a photo, my wife and I have 2 kids, including our son, Griffin. So you can see Griffin is in a wheelchair. He is nonverbal and has ongoing developmental challenges. Brigadoon is lifting up children and adults with disabilities, people like my son. In fact, one of those clients is celebrating her 1-year anniversary of being paired with her Brigadoon service dog. Her name is Cassidy Huff. She's 18 years old, has undergone 43 surgeries over the course of her young life. I am so inspired by her courage, and her service dog Champ has become Cassidy's best friend and trusted partner.
Hi everybody, my name's Cassidy Huff, and this is Champ, and we're going to be showing you some of the things that Champ does for me every day. So I got Champ back in October, and he's the best dog I could ever ask for. We're going to show you some things that he does. Okay, so the first thing that Champ can do for me, Chimpy stand, good boy, stay. The first thing that he can do is step forward, good boy, stop, good. So the first thing that he does is there are 2 handles on his back. The first one, the front one, stop. The first front one is for me to be able to use so that I can walk with him and so that I can balance. He can lean against me so my legs don't get as tired. And he can also, with this handle, with the one in the back, he can pull my manual wheelchair, which I don't need him to do often, but it is helpful when I do. Another thing that Champ can do that's really helpful for me, I struggle with being able to bend my knees very easily. So if I drop anything, like I have a pen here, he can grab it for me. Chimpy, get it? Get it! Yes, 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 get it. Yes, get it. Yes! Yes, get it. Yes! Very good. Give. Whoop, it's got a little stuck, but he still got it. Another thing that he can do is if I drop his leash, get your leash, he can get it for me so I don't have to bend down. Good boy! Good boy, so good. Another thing Champ can do is if I fall, I'm just gonna put myself on the ground for this, but if I fall, it's not easy for me to get back up unless I have something to hold on to. So I use him. Champy, brace. Champ, brace. Good boy. There you go. See? Now it's easy for me to get back up. Another thing that I taught him how to do is he can champ shark. So this helps with crowd control. Good boy. This helps with crowd control. So if I'm in a big place with lots of people, which doesn't happen so often now, but when I was in a big place with lots of people, he could make sure that people would stay away from me by circling me.
Cassidy and Champ make a remarkable team, leaning on each other in so many ways. I actually met Cassidy last fall, about a month after she brought Champ home, and she just went on and on and on about how much Champ had enhanced and enriched her life. Just a reminder, it's easy to make a difference for others like Cassidy. Click on the donate and auction button to donate. And now we want to hear from one of our biggest supporters. Kukita Lindsay understands the power of Brigadoon because she is also a client, and she wanted to share about her Brigadoon journey.
My name is Kukita and this is Adric. I suffer from PTSD and a degenerative bone disease. By the time my doctor referred me to Brigadoon for a service dog, I couldn't go out alone. My husband Mark had to take me everywhere. He jokingly would refer to himself as my service human. When I met Denise, she knew that I needed a dog who could help with both my PTSD symptoms and my growing mobility issues. Eventually, she partnered me with Adric. From the beginning, Adric seemed to know he was my dog and I was his person. Adric went through intensive training to learn the specific skills needed to help me. For my mobility issues, he's trained to help me go up and down stairs. He's also trained to pick things up off the floor, including my glasses and my phone, which I seem to drop a lot. He's a great retriever and will get and bring me anything I ask him to. He can also push doors open when needed. One day, after he had pushed open a door for me, I jokingly said, "Can you close it too?" And he did. He often surprises me with what he's able to do. When I'm in pain, Adric can physically stabilize me. If I say help, he runs to my side. If I need help off the floor, I use the command brace. When I need help out of a chair, I use the command pull. If I need Mark, he'll go find him and lead him back to me. Adric is intuitive and can sense when I'm getting anxious. He nudges and paws me to get my attention. Petting him is often enough to distract me, but when it's not, he lays across my lap. It's called pressure therapy. Nighttime can be especially hard for me, so Adric sleeps with me. He curls up just like a cat right by my head. He nudges me when I have a nightmare, and he even nudges me if I hit the snooze on my alarm too many times. My husband and I travel a lot, but as my medical issues have worsened, traveling has become more and more difficult. Airports, large crowds, going through security, and flying all make me very anxious and exhausted. None of it phases Adric, though. In 1 year's time, he has been on 4 trips with us, 8 flights total, some being as long as 6 hours. On the airplane, he curls up by my feet and doesn't move. People around us have commented that they didn't even know he was there. He's an incredible travel companion. He navigates large crowds with ease, walking right alongside me. If I stay focused on him, I hardly notice the crowds. If someone gets too close to me, he's trained to stand in front of me or behind me to create distance. The first time I went through airport security with Adric, a TSA agent took him and waited for me on the other side of the scanner. I had a moment of anxiety, but Adric never took his eyes off me. He stood intently watching me, so I took his lead, kept my eyes on him, and I was fine. Adric is amazing. He has changed my life. He's always by my side, ready to help me in any way he can. He follows me from room to room and rarely takes his eyes off me. Because of him, I'm more confident, secure, independent, and feel physically safer. I can drive a car, go out by myself, and enjoy traveling again. I can walk up and down stairs and around obstacles safely. My physical pain is less. I can navigate crowds without intense anxiety. It's hard to list all that Adric does for me. It's become very natural for him to sense a need and try to accommodate. He learns new ways to help me all the time. He can read my cues and I can read his. We take care of each other. Once I got lost in a building and couldn't find my way out. I became disoriented and started to panic. Adric gently pulled me in the opposite direction I was trying to go and led me back to the entrance. He's a very smart boy. He's my constant companion, protector, helper, and friend. My husband now gets to be my husband instead of my service human. Thank you, Brigadoon, and especially Denise. You do so much and have helped so many people. I'm blessed to be able to say that I'm one of those people. I will always be grateful for all the time, training, patience, and love you put into making Adric and I a team. My life has changed dramatically, and you made it all possible.
Wow, you can hear and feel Kukita's appreciation. Adric has made such a profound and positive impact on her life. She just wants to make sure other people who may be struggling have the opportunity to be supported by a Brigadoon service dog. With that said, Kukita and her husband, Mark Lindsay, have been so generous in donating $80,000 to be used as a challenge match, meaning the first $80,000 donated in the Raise the Paddle tonight will be matched, dollar for dollar. An example, your $1,000 donation becomes $2,000, doubling the impact. The average cost to train one of our dogs is $30,000, but the impact it delivers is priceless. And so we ask you now to go online, grab a second screen, maybe a smartphone or a tablet, and make your donation. Once again, thanks to Kukita and her husband Mark, it will be matched dollar for dollar, and we can enrich the lives of more people during these trying and uncertain times. Our service dogs serve in so many ways, helping people perform daily tasks, but also keeping them safe and healthy. And with that, we really wanted to introduce you to Peyton and her diabetic alert dog, Painter.
My name is Jessie Boots. My daughter is Peyton Boots. And we came to Denise and Brigadoon for a diabetic alert dog.
That's it. Good boy. Get the juice. Get it. Bring it. Close the door.
Painter will absolutely become part of our family. He already is. He became part of our family before we even brought him home. Just watching his progression through the program, getting regular updates from Denise, any questions we ever had, she was there to immediately answer those. And it's just been nothing but an informed process. We've known what was going on every step of the way. Painter's a beautiful dog, and he's so sweet. And the first time Peyton met him, he only had eyes for her, and it was amazing to see that instant bond and connection. Because of Brigadoon and because of Denise and the patience she has shown with us and all the training that this animal has had to go through just for my daughter specifically, Peyton will be able to go to college and be away from home because she will have Painter with her. He's a beautiful, beautiful dog, loves my daughter. And that's all that we could ask for. Denise, I don't know how she does it. I don't know how she picks these animals, but man, she gets it right all the time. And boy, did she get it right this time.
Thanks to Peyton, Jessie, and Painter for sharing their Brigadoon story. Hey, before you decide to stream Season 7 of Friends for the 4th time, remember, we have an auction going on right now. Dozens of items up for bid online until 10 o'clock tonight, including remarkable getaways, staycations, and experiences. Let's start with 2 VIP passes to the Magic Castle in Southern California. These passes are super exclusive. This package includes airfare for 2 to Los Angeles, dinner for 2 at the Magic Castle, and a 2-night stay at a 4-star hotel in Hollywood or West Hollywood. For the VIP passes, we might as well say they are priceless, as these are nearly impossible to get. The Magic Castle, the clubhouse of the Academy of Magic Arts, is private, allowing entrance to only members and their guests, or through courtesy invitations which are available to magicians visiting from outside of the U.S. Don't be surprised to look over your shoulder and find somebody performing a minor miracle. This is going to be one of the most amazing evenings you have ever experienced. Expiration dates have been extended to the end of 2021, so you have plenty of time to take advantage of this experience you cannot get anywhere else. Or maybe travel closer to home. Enjoy a fantastic 5-hour wine tour with the touring company in beautiful Walla Walla. You know Walla Walla offers some of the best and most scenic wine tastings in the world. Your tour comes with 4 enthusiast wine tour tickets. Includes 4 gourmet sandwiches or salads of your choice. This 5-hour wine tour in a luxury Mercedes-Benz van starts and ends at your accommodation in Walla Walla. It includes barrel tasting and wine tasting in the vineyards, local history, and answers to all of your wine questions. So much fun. Or maybe a staycation is more your speed. Go for a weekday getaway at the Chrysalis Inn and Spa located right on the beautiful Bellingham Bay. This package includes a night in a deluxe room with a king-size bed and bay windows with full view of the bay and 2 60-minute signature Swedish massages. Hey, after what you've been through over the last few months, you deserve a little relaxation. Remember, you only have until 10 o'clock tonight to bid, so make it happen. Treat yourself, and by doing so, you're going to be supporting this amazing organization and more people in our community. So as you hop back onto the auction website, how about we provide a little inspiration? So, thinking, what could we show you that would motivate you so we can train more service dogs and have a positive impact on more lives? Oh wait, how about puppies?
Hi guys.
Are there 8 of them?
9.
There is nothing quite like a big old dose of adorable. So these are Brigadoon's new Labrador puppies, black and yellow labs. They will all be service dogs one day, named Liberty, G.I. Joe, Paul Revere, and Miss July, and they will be going to military veterans. Hey, we just provide the inspiration. What you do with it is up to you. Now we want to take a moment to thank our sponsors, starting with our platinum sponsors, Wounded Warrior Service Dog Program, Lachlan Foundation, Apex Foundation. Our gold sponsors, the American Warrior Initiative and the Snoqualmie Tribe. Our silver sponsors, Puyallup Tribe of Indians, Sisu Children's Fund, Tulalip Tribes, BECU, Boeing Employee Credit Union. Our bronze sponsors, Beardsley Family Foundation, Superfeet, Gary's Plumbing and Heating, North Shore Veterinary Hospital, Hempler's Foods, Access Real Estate Services, FedEx, People's Bank, Pinnacle Printing Foundation, and PayPal Giving Fund. And our additional sponsors, Microsoft and their matching program, Whatcom Educational Credit Union, United Way of Skagit Valley, Colshan Veterinary Hospital, Whatcom Lawns, Anvil Engineering, Seacamp Engineering, and Meridian Auto and Tire. Brigadoon is also helping military veterans with military veterans. Our prison program continues to grow. Incarcerated veterans train our dogs. You know, for them, it gives them purpose and meaning. Those service dogs are then donated to military veterans in our community, many of whom struggle with PTSD or traumatic brain injuries. We wanted to bring you the story of a man named Dan, whose Brigadoon journey has gone full circle.
I served 2 years in the Army National Guard, and I was in communications there, but then I went on to the United States Air Force active duty, and I served 6 years as a military working dog handler in the Air Force. So what brings me to Brigadoon? Well, about 14 years ago, I wasn't in a very good place in my life, and I made some real poor choices. Ended up incarcerated. And through the course of that incarceration, about 8 years into it, I was somebody who was, I think, really struggling with any sort of sense of my future. I really didn't believe I had much of a future. And I got sent to Stafford Creek, part of the veterans program at Stafford Creek. And there I met some people involved in the service dog training. And I became friends with those people, and they invited me to apply for that dog program after hearing my background of dog handling in the military. And so I got on with the program, got to meet Denise, and absolutely changed my life. I couldn't be more excited. Actually, they're pulling up. There were these butterflies and this tremendous anticipation. It lived up in every way to what I imagined it might look like. When I made contact with Denise after my release and this conversation started, it was even too much for me to hope. My friends could tell you that I wouldn't let myself, be convinced that it could be a reality, because it truly is one of those dreams come true for me. This is living up to my goals, and not just what those long-term goals were, but in a much shorter time. Here I am 4 months, 5 months out, able to start down this path when I thought it might take me several years to get to a place like this. I'm here to do some preparatory work for a job, being brought on as a level 3 trainer. Denise was a very inspiring person. What she was doing for those of us that were inside just, really made a person appreciative and want to give back themselves and really want to, change what it looked like going forward, to be a more contributing person.
Wow, it really speaks to the heart and soul of Brigadoon. This organization helped Dan through his darkest time in his life. Brigadoon and the ability to train dogs for his fellow veterans gave him a sense that he too could make a difference and deliver a positive impact for someone else. And now he's joined Brigadoon as a trainer to pay it forward. The good people at Brigadoon are so appreciative for all the support, and there are a lot of people who have worked so hard to make this virtual event happen. Right, Denise?
First of all, I want to name Julia Clifford, because without her it couldn't have existed. We have our board of directors, Donald Lockman, Matt Ford, Matt Chapman, Lindsay Noss, Steve White, and Tracy Stunkel. Don't want to forget Brenda Phillips, our fabulous photographer and filmographer, and our totally awesome, with triple exclamation marks, Matt Lorch, our auctioneer for this evening. We also have, we want to say thank you to Kristen Parsons, who has kept our accounting on track, and Robin Ballard, who is our new administrative assistant, as well as some of our sponsors, like Gary's Plumbing. They have been a big supporter of ours for quite some time. North Shore Vet, Colshan Vet, Hempler's Meats, Access Realty, just to name a few. I want to thank all of those people who contributed to our auction, because without all those procurements and all those items, we wouldn't have anything to auction off. All of our treasured auction items are on our website, and I'll see you next year.
And one more big thank you to Kukita and Mark Lindsay for their remarkable generosity in providing our $80,000 challenge match. Okay, one last reminder, our auction will close at 10 o'clock tonight, so keep checking back and keep bidding. And from the bottom of all of our hearts, thank you for joining us for this virtual program. You, our supporters, you're the foundation of Brigadoon Service Dogs, and we could not do this work without you.